Hi everybody and welcome back to Game Time. I'm your host Jackie, and today you're watching a segment called Behind the Board Game, and that's where we dive deep into the true meanings and secret histories behind the board games that you thought you knew. And the board game we're discussing today is Snakes and Ladders. Ever heard of it? Of course you've heard of Snakes and Ladders. Hello, everyone's heard of Snakes and Ladders. And if you haven't heard of Snakes and Ladders, I'm sorry, but that's probably because you are a snake or a ladder. Get it? Because a snake or a ladder wouldn't get to play the board game Snakes and Ladders, and that's why they didn't hear of it before. So in case you are a snake or a ladder, I'll tell you. Snakes and Ladders is a race game, and it's played by 2 or more players. Players roll the dice and advance randomly up the grid of the board game. And they're either helped or hindered depending on if they land on a ladder square or a snake square. Now look, ladders are shortcuts to success and they propel you up the board faster. But snakes are like big time setbacks and they dump you back in the game where you were before and they screw you over big time. Now hold on just a minute. Did anyone ever stop to think, who the frig made this up? And what does it all mean? And why are there scary snakes? Well, buckle up, because guess this. So this game was actually invented way back in ancient times and in a faraway place too, India. Ancient India even. And its original name was Moksha Patam, and in Hindu philosophy, moksha means the release and freedom from the cycle of rebirth that's impelled by the laws of karma. So, if you're a cool dude in life, and you're successful and you're virtuous and you play by the rules, then you get to eventually reach nirvana, yeah, nirvana, ultimate bliss, baby. But if you keep being an ignorant, piglety, stink bomb dirtball in life and a bad person, then karma will condemn you to keep being born over and over and over again. And every time you are, you become a critter that's worse and stinkier and dumber than the one you were before. And it's gonna keep happening to you unless you grow up for once and play by the rules. So that's what the original Snakes and Ladders, Moksha Patam, was all about. Vices versus virtue. The ladders represented your success and your virtuous qualities that brought you closer to enlightenment. And the stink snakes represented your vices and your impulses that dragged you down. Get it? And the original board had more snakes on it than it had ladders, which was supposed to symbolize the fact that it's not easy being good and it's not easy choosing the right thing and it's all too easy to give into the darkness. And the board itself reflected these themes because there was all like nice and good and fun stuff at the top and then like scary stink stuff at the bottom where the snakes' butts dump you out. So then, a while later, English people from England went trampling on into India, as we know, and they liked Moksha Patam so bad that they brought it back with them to England, but they changed it up a little bit to reflect Victorian English values, where the ladders were for grace and thrift, and the snakes were for illness and poverty. Whatever, England, same kind of thing. And a little while after that, Milton Bradley got their paws on the game and they turned it into a kids game, so they lightened it up a bit. This time it showed kids reading books and doing good in school and climbing the ladders that way, or being bad and chasing their ball into the street or pushing their sister in the mud and falling back down the board that way. Real badass rock and roll stuff, not. Oh, and did I mention? It was now called Chutes and Ladders. There's not even any snakes anymore. Chutes and Ladders? What the frig is a chute even? I guess a garbage chute is a chute. Well, comment below and tell me what else is a chute or what else goes through chutes or whatever. This has been Game Time. I'm your host Jackie and you've just watched Behind the Board Game. Join me next time.